Hello, engineers. Here we are on exercise 08. Can you believe it? You are 8 exercises into learning Autodesk Inventor. I love this part. This part looks like a little alien face. It looks like it could be used as some kind of key for some machine, and you might see some keys that might look like that in the classroom. There are some things I could show you how to turn on and off using really strange looking keys similar to this. So this part, it looks very complicated. I'm going to try and break it down in a way that makes sense. So let's get started. Oops, I still have the last part open. I'm going to click on that little home button. Go ahead and click on File Part. Make sure that you go to Tools, Document Settings, Units, Length, Millimeter, Apply, Close. Click on Model, click on Start a 2D Sketch, and click on the XY plane. Now let's analyze and look at this part. So we have a lot of circles in this part, and we have some curves here, and there's this section, this rectangular section, that really helps us when it comes to figuring out how to start the part. I see that this section between these 2 points is 20, and then the whole length of it is 45. So I'm actually going to start by making a rectangle that is 20 by 45. So I'm going to click on the rectangle tool, click on the origin, and I want that to be 20 by 45. Clicking on dimension, 20, clicking on front so I can pull out and see that. Click on that and type 45. So that's dimensioned 20 by 45. Okay, now we see that from the bottom line, from the bottom of the part to the center marks, we have a length of 87. So let's zoom out a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw a horizontal line. So click on the line tool and click, and we're going to click and right click OK. So that horizontal line, the length doesn't matter right now. We're going to actually change the length to 50. So click dimension, click on the line and type 50. This line is gonna help us make the part. And now we actually need to make it 87 away from the bottom. So click dimension, click on the line, find the bottom of that rectangle, and click and type 87 for the dimension. That line, that 50 length line, is in the center. So what we need to do is constrain it. So find your constrain menu here, and we're going to vertically constrain it. So click vertical constrain, find the midpoint of the line and click, and then find the midpoint of this rectangle and click, and it'll line those up vertically. That's exactly what wants to happen. Using the ends of the line, we will draw 2 circles with the with the diameter of 35. So click on the circle tool, find the ends of that 50, click, and the diameter is 35. If it's stuck on radius, you right click and check diameter. So that should be 35, enter. Am I right? Yep, 35. Oops, pressing escape. Okay. Circle, find the other end, click, type 35, and press enter. Okay, so now we have something. We're on a roll here. We have the 2 outside circles. We see that there's a radius of 50 here for that curve. So go back to Inventor, click on circle. Right above here, go ahead and click with the circle tool, and I'm stuck in diameter, so I'm going to right click, select radius, and that needs to be 50. So I'm going to click and type 50. Then depending on where your circle landed, it might be covering the other circles. That's okay, don't worry about it. You need to click on tangent and click on the circles to tangent them up. Just like that. Kind of looks like an upside down Mickey Mouse. And then trim it. So click trim and trim that outside part so that we get that inside curve here. We're going to do the same exact thing for these two curves with the radius of 25. So click on the circle, draw a circle out here with a radius of 25. Click on tangent, and then click on the vertical line here first, and then the circle, and it'll find a spot, and then do the same thing with the two circles. Click the circle and click the circle. Cancel, that didn't work. Okay, now I'm going to double tap escape a couple times, and I'm going to actually try and grab this circle and see if it'll move down. Okay, so that's what I want. And then I should be able to tangent them. There we go. Let me just redo that just in case. So clicking on circle, I should have been down further. Click on the circle, make a circle with a radius of 25, and then clicking on tangent, the line, and then the two circles. Now we trim it, so we're going to trim this line out. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. The trim command is not working because the tangent is right on this corner. So let's actually lie to the program a little bit by clicking on, where is it? Extend, right here. So click on extend, and then move your mouse. Oh, it's not extending. Never mind. Let's try this. Click on the line tool and draw a vertical line going to like right here. And then repeat the process on the other side. Just like that. Okay, and delete your circle. So click the circle, delete the circle. Click circle, radius of 25, tangent, tangent to the new line you just drew, and tangent to this circle. Now you should be able to trim. There we go. Because we need this curve. We need this curve right here. And let's repeat the process. Circle, radius of 25. You'll notice I'm making this the first time I've ever made this part. So I'm thinking along the way, and I'm figuring out along the way with you. And this is going to happen pretty often. I have a whole new set of parts I'm going to be teaching you that I've never done before. So if it seems like I don't know what I'm doing, it's probably because I'm figuring out on the spot and trying my best to make sure that I'm teaching it in a way that it will make sense. Alright, so you should have a circle with a radius of 25. Click on tangent, click on the circle, click on the new line that you drew over here, and then tangent to that circle. Click trim and trim up that right there. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We see that there is this cutout right here of 5. Let's not worry about that until a little bit later when we cut these holes. So click the trim command and let's trim up some of this inside stuff here. Okay, so that's not going to let me trim that. Okay, so I'm going to just let that be for now and see if it'll let us extrude. So I'm going to click on finish the sketch. Click on the little home button. What's the depth? 20. Clicking extrude, and there's actually 2 sections here because I left that like that. All you have to do is click on both of them, make the distance 20, and click OK. Sweet, so we have the base of our part. Let's go ahead and right click on the surface and click new sketch, and let's click project geometry of these curves to get those 2 little dots. The inside holes right here have a diameter of 20. So click circle, click the center. We are stuck on radius, so right click, select diameter, and make that say 20. Do the same over here, 20. And let's just extrude cut those now. So finish sketch, extrude, cut through all, click on those circles and click OK. Let's cut out this notch right here. So again, same surface, right click, new sketch. And I'm going to click project geometry and click on the surface. Then I'm going to click rectangle from this bottom corner up. That should be 5 by 45. So I'm going to type 5, tab over, type 45. The tab key on your keyboard will go between these two here. So 5 by 45, press enter. Repeat the same step on this corner. So click, drag upwards and to the left. You can tab over, so tab to the top, type 5, tab down, 4, 5, enter. New sketch, click extrude, click cut, click through all, select the two rectangles that you just created, and click OK. Look at that. There's these little lines here, that's okay, don't worry about those. Now we can cut out this little notch right here. So on this surface, right click, new sketch, click project geometry, click on that, click the rectangle tool, and that is 10 by 35. Oops. Rectangle tool. So from this bottom line, you can tab over, so you can tab down to the left one, the right one, type 35, click tab on your keyboard to go up, that's 10, press enter, and it needs to be centered, so it's going to be centered. So click on the vertical constraint, find the midpoint of this line and then that midpoint, and it'll push it over. If that didn't work for you, just undo and then click dimension, click on this line and then this line and make that 5. So the distance is 5 away. Either way is perfectly fine. Click finish sketch and extrude cut. Boom. Click OK. Now save it. This is exercise 08. And your name, click save. This is one of the video lessons where I am asking you to do something that I'm not going to show you how to do. At this point in time, you have 7 lessons under your belt where you've created technical drawings. So I want you to create the technical drawing of exercise 08 totally on your own. And it should look just like this example that's on screen now. I want to see all of these same exact dimensions with the center marks and the isometric drawing. I am going to add an additional requirement for this particular technical drawing or part. I want you to color it. You can choose any color you want, and I want it to have a new file name on it. So it should say exercise 08 and then the word key, like a key for a car. So exercise 08 key. Okay, I'm doing that because I want to make sure you're paying attention and I want to see who is actually paying attention to the details and doing exactly what I need them to do. So that's your task. You finished the 3D model by now. You have to create the technical drawing for this. All of the dimensions should be in millimeters. I should see all the special symbols. I should see the 2x. And your file name should say EX08 key. Good luck, and I hope you do that well.